again to another Java short tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to show how you can attach a action listener to a checkbox as opposed to buttons. And again, I'm going to do that based on a previous example, string example 5, which had 3 checkboxes in it. So what I would like to do, and I'm going to do this in a very simple manner, is whenever I select a checkbox, a message will appear in my console. And I only want this message to appear when the thing is actually being checked and not when it's being unchecked. Okay, so how can we go about doing that? Well, there's actually, you can pretty much utilize any particular method that I used in the button examples. But in this case I'm going to use my favorite, which is the inner class that has a name. So breakfast check list. I'm going to create a private class called breakfast check listener. Implements action listener. And of course I should ensure I don't make a typo there. Okay, break check listener. Okay, so when this break check listener is being triggered, I want to write into my console breakfast will be served. Okay, I would like the same thing to happen for lunch and dinner. So I'm going to create a lunch check listener. And I'm going to create a dinner check listener as well. Okay. So then naturally I'm going to attach those to the respective checkboxes. So how do we do that? JCB breakfast equal dot add action listener equals new break check listener. There we go. And we do the same thing for lunch. And of course that should be the lunch button. And we do the same thing for dinner with the dinner button. So that will be dinner check listener. Okay, let's run. So if I now check breakfast, it says breakfast will be served. If I choose lunch, lunch will be served. And if I choose dinner, dinner will be served. The only problem is if I unselect, for example, breakfast, again it will show breakfast will be served, while in reality it will no longer be served, and the same thing for lunch and dinner. Okay, so how are we going to solve this? Well, again we need to check the status of the checkbox. Let's see if I can do that. Yes, I can do that because my checkboxes are globally declared. So I'm going to check if JCB breakfast dot is selected, which will return a true if it's ticked. I want to show this message, and else I don't want to do anything. Okay, so if it's not selected, nothing will appear. So let's see if I indeed got that correct. Okay, so let's tick breakfast. Breakfast will be served, and now if I choose lunch, it's still the same, but if I now untick breakfast, nothing will happen, as you can see in my console. Okay, so let's implement this in the other cases as well. So if JCB lunch dot is selected, we will print lunch will be served. And if JCB dinner is selected, we will indicate dinner will be served. So there we go. So breakfast, dinner, lunch. And if I now unselect them, nothing additional appears on my console. So it's correct. So this is how you attach a action listener, one of the ways you can attach an action listener to a checkbox, very similar to a button. So, hope you learned something from this, and see you next time.